Today's class is about 25 minutes long, and it is a focus on lower body work. All you need is a set of handheld weights or maybe dumbbells and a mat, because we'll be coming down to the floor for some of our work today. Do make sure you've got some clear space, some really uninterrupted time. So put your phone on Do Not Disturb, maybe lock the door so the kids don't come barging in, and let's go ahead and get started with your work. So in today's class, like I mentioned, we are going to have just a focus on the lower body. Well, let's begin with our warm-up. We'll spend 3 minutes here on our warm-up. Our workload is 3 different blocks, and in those blocks we have 3 exercises. We'll repeat each block 2 times. The first time, 30-second workout, or 30-second intervals. The second time, 60-second, with a variation to those exercises. Let's go ahead and begin. Go ahead and bring your feet about shoulder width distance apart. And I'd like for you to put your hands on your hips and bend your right knee and then your left. So it's just a slight shift of your weight side to side. Bending the knees, getting some movement for the hips, the knees, the ankles here, core engaged nice and tight. 4, 3, 2, hold here at the center. Let's come down into some squats. Toes are turned out just slightly from center. This gives the hips a nice space to ease down. Press your hips back. Squeeze your glutes. Tighten up through the legs as you stand up nice and tall. And do press down through the entire length of your foot. Nice job. Let's take 3 pulses here. 3, 2, 1. Rise it up. Draw the shoulders back together. Excellent job. One more time. Really good. Hold it here. Let's lunge to the right. Widen out your stance. Just hold here. Take a nice stretch here for the inside of your left thigh. Good. Other side. Good. Breathe here. Come to center. Turn to your right. Press your left heel down. Push your right knee forward. Square your hips in the same direction. Take a breath in. Hands go up. Exhale. Shake them down. One more time. Feel that nice stretch on the front of your left hip. Lift that heel, turn, and let's go the other way. Press the right heel down. Encourage your left knee forward. Square your hips. Take a breath in, reach up. Exhale, shake it down. One more time. Awesome job. Release that heel, come back to the center. Move the feet slightly closer together, about hip distance. Bend the knees and rise. Bend the knees and rise. There we go. Knees should shoot out over the direction of your second toe. Right, we got that nice alignment here. And breathe. Awesome. Come down, hold. Just hold. 3, 2, 1. Rise. Roll that right knee open. And then your left. Your hands can come to your hips. This will provide a sense of balance point for you. Good. You can always release the hips. Keep your arms lifted to engage the core slightly more. Excellent work. We're going to get started here in about 20 seconds. Our first exercise in our first block of work is an air squat. So no weight is needed. Shake out those legs, clear out your space, and let's go ahead and get started. Bring your feet shoulder width distance apart, core engaged, hands at chest, drop down into some squats. Now with these air squats, we just want to make sure we've got really great technique. So hips come down and back, chest stays lifted. Your hands can come to your thighs for assistance. You can always reach your arms forward as well. Eyes forward, chin level with the floor. Breathe, shoulders press down and back to keep the back muscles engaged and help encourage the core to remain tight. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. 15-second break between our exercises. Our next exercise is a sliding lunge. Feet wide, toes slightly off center. Let's start with hands on hips. We go in 3, 2. Bend your right knee, stay low. Shift to your left. So we're keeping workload here on the glutes. As we slide side to side, we want to roll the shoulders back. You can bring your hands to the chest, just under the chin here. You can keep the hands on the thighs. But we want to maintain this low height away from the floor. We're not going up and down. We're just moving side to side. 3, 2, 1. Ease your way up out of this. Shake out the legs. Great job. Woo! Reverse lunge is next. Keep your right foot planted. Move your left foot back. Nice long stance. Core engaged, hands on hips. 15 seconds here with this leg. All right. Bend the knees. Come together. Or rise up out of it. Squeeze your inner thighs. Nice job. Go ahead and switch your legs here. Right leg back. And continue your lunges. Do make sure both knees bend. And you stop short of bringing your back knee on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Really nice. So we're going to start back at the top of this block of work. Squats, side lunges, and then reverse lunges here. So you'll want your weight here. For your squats, we had feet just outside of shoulder width distance, toes just off the center. Weights could be here at the side body, core engaged, begin. Now, as you do your squats, the tendency when holding weights is to allow the weight to pull your torso forward. I encourage you to feel the weight in your legs and down the back of your seat rather than in the front of your thighs. So keep your chest lifted. Another variation, place the weights here on your thighs. Halfway through, remember the second round of our work is a longer 60-second interval. You can place the weights here on the inside of the knees. Again, just resist that urge to follow the weights down with your upper body. You got it. Breathe here. Chest up. Shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Sliding lunges next. No weights. Feet nice and wide. Toes off center. Stand up tall. We'll start sliding to the right. Check it out. Your variation here is to bring your hands down and frame your foot in between this, or as you slide. Now what this does is it encourages you to stay low the entire time, right? If I were trying to reach down and came up out of it, I wouldn't quite reach there. Now, if that depth is uncomfortable, check this out. Hands to thighs. Always good, always good. Can you sit a little bit lower? Maybe the hips are further back. Maybe the feet are wider from each other. Look slightly forward rather than down beneath you. Weight is more towards your heels than your toes in this position. Oh yes, stressing those outer thighs, the inner thighs. Let's go, let's go. 5, 3, and time. Woo. Lunges are next. Let's do it. Weights in hand. Now, we'll take this into a moving reverse lunge. So we'll take the right leg, keep that there. Left leg back, shoulders back. Do your lunge, then step in. Just the left leg moving for this first 30 seconds, and then we'll switch. Now you can do this weighted or not weighted, up to you. You can do this with one weight, another good option. Chest lifted, let's do it, come on. Feel that work here. Switch your legs here, take your right leg back, and then bring that right foot side by side with your left. Pull the shoulders back. Whew. Moving back and forth with your lunges provides a challenge in the balance and stability of the ankles. Good work and challenge for the core and the back as well, if you're holding the weights. 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. All right, let's take a little bit of a breather. Grab some water. Maybe stretch out those legs if they're feeling a little bit tight. And that can look like a little quadricep stretch, if that feels good. All right, we're gonna come to the floor. Grab your mat. The next 3 exercises will be down here. And you'll want some weights, so have those nearby. Meet me on your back for hip bridges. Feet flat, lift your hips up, lower down. Your arms will be here at your side. Push your shoulder blades into the mat. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck your tailbone slightly as you lift your hips away from the floor. Push down into the feet. Squeeze your inner thighs just slightly. 3, 2, 1, and release. Great job. Our next exercise is on the side. So lay on your left side, right leg extended. Right there. Weight on top of the right leg. Lift and lower your right leg. Now your left knee is bent beneath you. And that weight on the side, you can slide it a little closer if you like. Good job. Pause here. Go ahead, switch sides. Left leg will lift. Good job. And it's not going to lift very high. Flex that foot so the toe points forward. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Place that weight down. Join me on hands and knees. Okay? Here on your hands and knees. We'll start with your right leg. Right here. Press that right leg up. Bend the knee. And bring the leg back in. Now keep your navel pulled in tight. Shoulders back and away from your ears. Really good. Go ahead, switch legs. Press the left heel up. You want to flex the foot and push that heel towards the sky. Then bring your knee down towards your mat. Keep your hips nice and still. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Starting at the top of this block with those hip bridges. The option you can do is add your weights. So you place your weights here on your hips. We'll start with the hips up. Go ahead and get in this position. Check it out. We have 60 seconds here. Go ahead and begin. Lower and lift the hips. So this exercise, I actually have another variation for you. If this feels good with the weight added, lifting and lowering the hips, cool, stay with it. Or try this, keep the hips lifted. Now take your right leg, tap it forward, bring the foot back in, and then switch. So your hips will stay lifted the whole time, and you will take one foot, stretch that foot out, tap the floor somewhere, and then bring that foot back in. The goal is to keep the hips level, right? Avoid rocking too much from side to side. Breathe here, come on, squeeze the back side of your body. Lift the hips up. Move easily. Take your time. Yeah. Squeeze the lower belly, pick up those hips a little more. You've got it. Push the shoulders down. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Go ahead, release. Take your time and roll to your left side. Now with that left elbow down, we'll lift up that right leg. Weight on the side of the leg, 30 seconds each leg. Go ahead, begin. Now, we can stay here. If this feels good, stay. Otherwise, push down into your left knee and lift your left hip away from the mat. At the same time, you move that right leg up and down. A little bit of side body work here for your core, your obliques. A little bit of shoulder work. Breathe. Flex that right foot. All right. Go ahead and switch sides. Right elbow down. Left leg lifts. Start here, right? The same way you did that first interval. And then if that feels good, if you're like, okay, I'm right, and you're feeling like it today, maybe push down into your right knee and lift your right hip up and away from your mat. You can always do this without the weight on the leg, right? If it's a little bit too much. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Whew, that was great. Donkey kicks are next, so we'll go to the hands and knees. This time, place the dumbbell behind your right knee. Hands down. We'll start with the right leg up. Go ahead, begin. So we have 30 seconds here. Now the trick with this, if you've got the weight behind your knee, you do not want to straighten the leg. You want to actually squeeze that weight. So you're going to pull your heel towards your glute and maintain that squeeze as you lift and lower your right knee up and down. We'll switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Move the weight behind the left knee. And let's go. Come on, squeeze that weight. Push the knee upwards. Working the glute, working the lower back. Your arms and shoulders and chest are working just to support you here. Your core is working. So much, you guys. It's good for you, it's good for you. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release that. Take a nice break. Woo. Take your time. And you can move that mat away from your space. We do not need it for the rest of class. You will need your weights, so just have those nearby. We'll start our last block of work with sumo squats. No weights, unless you want them. I'm going to do this without them. Feet nice and wide, hands at chest. 30 seconds of this exercise. Now the thing about a sumo is this one's going to focus more on the outer hips, the inner thighs, right? And that wonderful space underneath your glutes. So push your knees open as you rise. Push down into the outer edges of your feet and really squeeze up as you lift. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Awesome, awesome. Weights here. Place your right foot forward, left foot back, left toe lifted, shoulders back. Keep your hands right here and shift forward. Begin. Slowly rise, tap the left foot behind you. So there's some balance work here on the right leg. Lean forward with the chest. Weight stay down here by your hips. One more. Go ahead and switch. Left leg down, right toes back. Balance work. Just a few seconds on each. Really great work to always add in balance exercises. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. All right. Let's keep the weights. We have diagonal lunges. So start with your feet together. You'll step forward on the diagonal with your right foot. Lift your left heel behind you and then bring the feet together. Let's do this again. So you want to keep your left knee soft. Keep the chest lifted. You can always park the weights here on your hips. Good. Go ahead and switch sides. Step that left leg out. Lift that back heel behind you. So think about moving the leg, the thigh, on the diagonal, right? It's a little stress, a lot of stress on that quad. Pause here. Sumos next. With the sumos, we're going to move side to side, all right? I'm going to use my weights for this round, and we'll start in the sumo position, feet nice and wide. Bring the weights up to the shoulders or here to the chest. Go ahead and begin. Squat, bring your right foot in, and then step out to the left, okay? So it's a sumo position. You're just moving one foot at a time. Yes. When you come down into your sumo, do make sure you come down evenly between both knees, and you're not leaning too heavily one side or the other, right? Squeeze your glutes, rise. Yeah. How's that feeling? Lift the shoulders back, squeeze them down. You got it. Awesome work, everyone. Come on. Steady, steady work. Keep the abs pulled in tight and the chest up. Push your hips slightly forward to encourage an upright torso. 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right. We've got the single leg balancing deadlifts. Right leg forward, check it out. The variation is adding a lunge in the back and then that lean forward. Let's go. Lean it forward, lift your back heel, come into that lunge. Balance, lunge, hands down, shoulders squeeze, eyes forward. Think more about just balancing on the right leg rather than leaning down, right? One more time in 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Lunge the right leg back and then lean over your left leg. The weights stay down, pointed towards the floor. So they don't follow your body. Just allow the weights to go downwards. Control the angle by keeping the shoulders squeezed together. Yes. Working that standing leg. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everyone. All right. One more exercise, and then we're done with our legs for today. We'll start with feet together, that diagonal lunge. Hands here, next to your hips, core engaged. Let's step the right leg forward. Now listen, bring the feet together. Squat down. Go again. Squat down. Lunge on the diagonal. Come back in and squat. You can always bring the hands to the front of the thighs instead. Woo! You're going to feel that diagonal lunge a lot in your quadriceps. That's the idea. Definitely control it on the way back. Go ahead and switch sides. Left leg out. Woo! How's it going? Are you doing okay? Yeah? Allow the heel to come up in the back naturally, right? Don't think about it too much. Just move forward on the diagonal. Excellent. Oh, we're almost there. We're gonna get a nice quadricep stretch after this, I promise. 3, 2, 1. Woo, shake it out. Shake it out, friends. Awesome job. Keep shaking. All right. March it out here. Just to flush the legs out, just to flush them out. Good job. Kick the leg back here, 1 foot at a time. Again, just flushing them out. Nothing crazy. How'd you do? I hope you feel good, right? Bring the feet together, tap them in, close up the space with the legs. Pause here. Bend the knees, drop the chest down, carefully roll up. Let's do that again. Take your time, as much time as you need. If you need to go slower, please do. Just don't want you to get dizzy. Good. Nice spine release there, shoulders back. Come down a little bit and hold. Push into your hands. Relax the weight there. Push your knees open with your hands. Now drop your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. This is great to stretch out the inner thighs as well as the lower back and the hips. Switch it out, friends. Take your time. Stretching the lower back is really, really helpful in getting mobility and flexibility for the hamstrings. Good job. Flex your right foot, push the hips back. Speaking of hamstrings, let's stretch it out. Toe up, breathe here. Go ahead and switch. You guys did amazing. I hope you feel good. Grab onto your right foot, just a little bit of balance. Knees together, chest lifted. Pull the hips slightly forward. Feel that stretch from the hip to the thigh. Breathe, shake it out. Whew. Go ahead and switch. Feel free to take more time for your stretches. That's always really important, right? You want to feel good? Shake that out, friends. Let's take a big breath in. Take the arms overhead. Exhale, release. Do it again, do it again. Whew. Hands on hips. Take the right leg back. Flatten the right foot. Push the left knee slightly forward. Feel the stretch in the calf. And then pull the hips up towards your rib cage. Feel that here, that release in the hip. Just breathe in. Exhale here. Take the right hand high and gently lean towards your left. Really nice. Release. Rewind or switch it out. Left heel down, right knee forward, hips pull up. Breathe in. Exhale. Left hand high. Thank you for joining me. Always, always my pleasure to work out with you. Shake it out. March it out. Take a big breath in. You did it. Do one more of those, friends. Good job. Give yourself a little pat on the back. A little hand here. My name's Erna. Thanks for joining me for a workout today. I look forward to seeing you again soon and working with you again. Take care.